This video here is about how to overcome addiction. I don't sugarcoat nothing. It's real. I've been dealing with addiction all my life pretty much, you know. I grew up and I was told that I wasn't smart, that I was less than, and I lived like that, you know. I really felt in my gut that I wasn't good enough, that I wasn't important enough. I wasn't really important to anybody, really. And so when I started to realize that alcohol would numb my pain, and I realized that as a kid. You know, I was raised not by a mother who didn't love me, not by a father who didn't love me. They didn't understand it. I mean, honestly, like, they was raised in abuse. So, I mean, it was a repetitive thing, and there's no excuses. I'm not making excuses. What happened was I ended up with addictive personality. I ended up trying to overachieve in the wrong way. You know, wanting attention and giving it in the wrong way. Wanting the flashy things and didn't understand how to get it the right way, but I learned how to get it the wrong way. So the longer I lived and the more I grew up, the more I craved the wrong stuff. So overcoming addiction was hard. And why do I say that? Because all my life I have been involved in addictive things. Like, my whole life is filled with the wrong stuff. And having to break that was very difficult. And it started by me really accepting, man, okay, I got a problem. And I knew I had a problem a long time ago. Like, it didn't just start to happen. It had been showing up my whole entire life from a kid. Like, I see it from middle school up. You know, I knew there was something different about me. I knew that I wasn't, well, I didn't understand that you could be programmed. So I was programmed to think less than, so I acted less than. So that's why I understand so much about breaking the programming. That's why, in order to really overcome addiction, you gotta break the program. You gotta break it. I mean, you gotta go all the way back and to be able to identify it, because it's so elusive. Nobody talks about this. Nobody talks about the real therapy it really takes, because it ain't I stopped thinking about drugs and alcohol and everything else that we do to numb our pains, because our brain is automatically conditioned to go back to what it's conveniently loving to do. Once it's trained, you gotta break it. And it's gonna trick you into giving it what it wants. So how do you do that? You start to identify, and it's gonna love you for it. But you gotta start identifying what tricks you. You gotta start identifying why I keep acting like this, because it's patterns. Our whole life is built on patterns. And that's why I got a therapist right now. I still fight. I'm not sitting up here saying, oh, it's a one and done thing. It's not. It's gonna be, you're gonna forever be growing. So you gotta forever be teaching it new things, because it craves that. Just like it was craving the alcohol and the things that numb it. Now, once you get it healed, it wanna crave to learn. It craves to create. So you gotta get to know yourself. What do you really want? And that's how you stay on the other side of it. That's how you start to really break addiction, because you gotta realize you got the greatest gift inside of you, and you've been lied to. Okay, let me reiterate that. You've been lied to, because this whole thing has been built to keep us in a bubble or in an environment to where you can be used. Because if you don't train your brain, somebody else is training it to be obedient to them. The patterns, the system is set up for you to lose. It's not set up for you to be successful. Okay, so that's the number one thing I want to say. I need to do a series on this, but I write books. You know what I'm saying? I have to. I have to do something to create. I have to do something because I have this addiction and I have to feed it. So I feed it to learn. I give it a YouTube channel. I give it different things to challenge me. And then I have to understand the balance. Because if I get so overwhelmed, it want to shut down. And then I have to understand, okay, don't beat myself up. It's okay. How much did you achieve? What have you learned? So, you cannot thinking that it's just going to give you what it wants. No, it's not. You got to fight for it, just like anything else in life. You got to really want it. Deep inside of you, you got to want it better than you ever wanted to be messed up out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm really messed up. And I'm going to do a lot of series on me being truly messed up. Because I have to fight consistently every day. That's why I got a warrior's heart. That's why I got a warrior spirit. Because it takes a true warrior to show up every single day. And don't nobody care. The longer you stay clean, the longer you stay doing the next right thing, other people are paying attention and want to know when you will fail. That's the truth. Nobody really wants, everybody be like, Bill, I love you till you can love yourself. And then they're going to be able to hate you again, okay? Great people are hated because people don't understand or don't want to put in the work to be great. So when you start to understand that you got haters, thank your haters because you need them. You're going to have them even if you're doing bad or if you're doing good, okay? And you got to really be willing to separate yourself from the ones that still doing what you don't want to do. And that's in all areas of your life. You're going to continue to evolve. You're going to continue to grow. Sometimes everybody who said they want you to change, they really don't. And you got to be able to identify that. Identification is the best thing you could ever get. You got to practice. You got to practice on what you want. And once you break free from that craving and that pull, you got to understand what got you free. What was so bad? What happened so bad that gave you the desire to say, guess what, that's enough. And you got to hold on to that. That's the only way I get here. I hold on to my broken. I hold on to what got me where I'm at today. Because if I don't remember the good stuff, guess what? I'm going back to that. But I remember the bad. I remember where it has taken me. I know all the things I said I wouldn't do and I did it. And I don't want to be there no more. I like who I am today and I fight for that. Are you willing to fight for who you destined to be, who you was created to be? Because everything else is lies, okay? I want you to understand that. I have to remember the programming is meant to keep me in bondage. It's meant to make me a prisoner without the chains. This right here, this badly programmed, will keep you in slavery in all areas of your life. If you haven't subscribed, if you don't leave me comments, if you don't be like, really, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you, walk into this. This is a process from the ground up. If I can do this, if I can fight this fight, you can. So what I'm saying is, it doesn't matter where you at in your life. It doesn't matter if you're the CEO of your company. If you got struggles in your life, guess what? It starts somewhere. You got to be able to identify it. Just because you got money don't mean you free. So that's the thing. That is a great key to have, okay? But I'm just saying, the real beauty is the whole picture. So if you ain't locked in, lock in. My name is Willie. Thank you for, if you done made it this far, that means you really want it. Keep tuning in. Leave a comment so I know what to write next, what to do next. Because I'm just writing out of me right now. I don't have no directions. I'm just writing. I'm just doing. And you can get my 5-step process, my 5-step resilient worksheet at the bottom for free. And all the links. Leave a comment though, please. Thank you.